sometimes God calls us to do things that we don't actually have the resource to do, and you have to do it anyway. You have to do it anyway because there is breakthrough on the other side of your obedience. And sometimes if you don't have the resources to do it, then this is a great opportunity to figure out how the resources are going to come in rather than saying that you're not going to do this. So let me give you a clear example. I have this client, and by the way, if you don't even know who I am, hi friends, my name is Sienna Kopishki, and I am a prophetic business coach. I teach my clients how to grow and scale their business with Jesus, operating in my gift of prophecy. This client, her name is Client T, I'm not going to say her full name, she came to me and she said, listen Sienna, God told me to start this business, I need help growing and scaling this business, but I don't have the resources, meaning she doesn't have the money to actually put in to what it is that she needs. I think she was quoted like $125,000 to build some components of the business that are needed to be built, and she's like, I don't have the resources. And she's like, I can't do it, I really can't do it. And I'm like, well, why don't you have you tried doing it by yourself rather than hiring someone to do it for you? And she keeps saying, I can't. And I have to remind her that God already knew that she didn't have the resources when he hired her to do the thing. God already knew that she didn't have the money when she started it, but she is still responsible to be obedient to the call that God put on her life. And so for you watching this video today, I want to encourage you that you are responsible for the call that God put on your life. The number one thing that I had to teach her was to stop saying the words I can't and start saying I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? Because that is what the Bible says. And for you, if you don't have the resources, maybe you don't have the money to start the podcast because you're thinking, okay, I got to buy all this podcast equipment, or you don't have the money to launch the YouTube channel that God told you to launch because you're thinking, oh my goodness, I need a professional camera, I need a mic, I need this stuff, I need that stuff, right? When you have a phone in front of you, maybe you're thinking, oh my goodness, I can't possibly like show up on social media because I don't have the right clothes to show up on social media. I don't have the right, tools to show up on social media. I need a tripod. Start with what you have. God already knows what you have access to and what you don't when he called you. But he called you, so you're required to answer the call. If the call involves money and you don't have money, there are lots of grants that people are not taking advantage of that are just sitting on the table, right? We're leaving money on the government's table. Why? Because we are too afraid to put ourselves out there. We're too afraid to ask for that money. We're too afraid to do what needs to be done. So I'm going to challenge you today to stop saying that you can't do something. Start doing it. Start taking the action and reach out and figure out how you can get the support that you need. And if you're in the process of growing and scaling a business and you feel stuck in your business and you're looking on how can I grow to $10,000 months, and I have a free guide in my bio that walks you step by step how to seek heaven to help you hit $10,000 months in your business. Go grab it. It's free.